The Big Red football team at Steubenville High School in Ohio has been under fire over the rape of a 16-year-old, or I should say alleged rape of a 16-year-old girl from West Virginia. Apparently, there's been a lot of controversy about this story because only 2 of the football players have been charged with rape. In fact, they were also charged with kidnapping because they allegedly took this 16-year-old girl while she was drunk to one party after another where she was continuously molested, sexually assaulted by them. And so they had the kidnapping charges dropped. The prosecutor and the judge that was originally put on this case had to recuse themselves because they have ties to Big Red. And for anyone who knows anything about this particular area in Ohio, Big Red is a big deal. This is a former steel town, and because of economic issues, it experienced a huge economic decline. There isn't really much in this town other than the football team, so a lot of people hold this football team with high regard. Everyone is excited about it. Everyone goes to the football game every Friday. So as soon as this story broke that this 16-year-old girl was allegedly raped by football players from the team, people either tried to brush it under the rug. Some are arguing that people who witnessed it and did nothing to stop the sexual assault were let off easy. They didn't face any charges. So now Anonymous has gotten involved in this, okay? Anonymous and NightSec have released a video indicating that they are planning on basically making these administrators at the school and the coach of this football team pay consequences for these actions. Let's take a look.
This is a warning shot to the school faculty, the parents of those involved, and those involved especially. A preliminary dox is being released on some of those involved, while a full-size dox of everyone involved including names, social security numbers, addresses, relatives, and phone numbers is being compiled as you watch this video on every single member of the football team, those involved, the coaches, the principal, and more. This dox will be released unless all accused parties come forward by New Year's Day and issue a public apology to the girl and her family.
All right, so they're asking for a public apology by New Year's. I guess we'll see what happens, but of course there is a lot of criticism over what they're doing. They hacked into the website for Big Red's team. It's known as rollredroll.com. That's where they posted the video, and they also hacked into the email account of James Parks, who is the webmaster for that website, and they're telling authorities that his email might have child pornography and certain images that they should look into. But I don't know, Cenk, what are your thoughts on this story?
Yeah, so I'm a little torn on it. First of all, I like the attention that they're giving it because oftentimes, you know, popular things in a town will get a pass. In this case, it happens to be the football team. And it's what they do to this girl is sickening, carrying her from party to party for sexual assault after sexual assault. And
she was completely passed out. I mean, she would have moments of consciousness.
I saw the picture where they're carrying her by her feet and her legs.
In fact, let's go to that video. This is part of the Anonymous video. It kind of shows you the severity of this incident. Let's take a look.
This is a call to arms. This is a call for the freedom fighters, for the outliers, for the forgotten. This is a call for intellectuals, a call for journalists. This is a call for free thinkers, a call for the intelligentsia. This is a call for poets, a call for the strong, and a call for the weak. This is a call to the youth, to the wise. This is a call to arms.
So that gives you a sense of what was going on online. There were pictures taken, video taken of the 2 football players penetrating her with their fingers. I mean, It's just disgusting.
And then they put out those tweets mocking her after they've sexually assaulted her. It's, yeah, because if a woman is passed out, she must be a slut and a whore, right? It's repulsive in so many ways. I like that they're exposing it. I'm a little concerned about putting out the social security numbers. I'm more than a little concerned. I'm not sure I agree with that and putting out all the private information. I think that putting out the videos and putting out what they've done is powerful, right?
Definitely.
But going further and saying, you know, they're going to begin to mete out the consequences, well, that, you know, to me, that's a little bit more troubling.
So I'm also conflicted with this story because I know that what they're doing comes from a good place. And Anonymous, for the most part, from what I've read about them, they're trying to fight for justice, whether it has to do with some of the injustices on Wall Street or, stories like this where an individual has been hurt in a horrible way. They're trying to fight for justice. And I think that now, for some reason, now it's the age of vigilante justice. And I'm not saying it's a great thing, but the reason why it's happening is because our authorities aren't going far enough to protect people that need protection. So now you have this organization that's going through, or doing things that are illegal, that could get them into a lot of trouble, and they're doing it out of the goodness of their hearts because they want to fight for justice.
Well, it's a balancing act because we're out of balance. The authorities, again, whether it comes to Wall Street or local situation like this, protect the guilty, and they go after the innocent, and over and over and over again. So if we don't have someone exposing this, which we don't have the media, right? We have shows like ours, we try our best, right? To whether it was a Trayvon Martin story where Zimmerman wasn't going to get arrested, whether it's the crooks in government, the crooks in big business, but we're fighting against the giant colossal machine, and all the guys on TV are on the wrong side. I shouldn't say all, but almost all of them. A huge majority of them are in the CNBC camp, where how can we protect Wall Street more? How can we protect the guilty more? Etc. So when somebody fights back like Anonymous, you think, well, somebody had to do it.